The last time I was here was on February 20th of 2020, just a couple of weeks before the whole world changed, and haven't had the opportunity to come back since. And the last time I was here, I was also here with buddy Pierre, who's here with me today, and we're gonna spend the next 3 days, 2 nights out in the Adirondack Park, climbing 4 peaks, 4,000 footers in the wintertime. We're out here to test out new gear and to push ourselves and hopefully get some really beautiful views. So I think we're off to a good start. Today, all we got to do is make our way to Arnold Lake, just at the base of Mount Colden. Gonna set up our camp there, hang out for the evening, and tomorrow's gonna be our big 14-15 kilometer day with a massive amount of elevation gain, as we're gonna be climbing all 4 of the big peaks. I'm happy the hard day's gonna be tomorrow because I'm toast today. Just like most time I go on a camping trip, the night before I had a crap sleep. I don't think I slept all night. Honestly, I felt like I laid awake all night long. And I was up at 4:30 to go meet with Pierre, drive all the way here. So, today I'm tired, and we've got a really tough day tomorrow. So. Trouvons le can. Il doit être à gauche là, j'imagine bien. On va regarder à la map. Le lac Arnold. The thing with doing this though is that it looks like nothing, and then all of a sudden it's perfect.
Yeah.
Right? You just gotta keep polishing.
Keep going, man.
Keep polishing. On va être capable de s'installer.
Yeah, easy, 2 tentes là.
Contact. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's good. Trying to get the frost off of me as much as possible before I get dressed for the night. So I don't want to bring all that moisture into my down puffy jacket. So, alright, first thing first, boots come off. I went for garbage bags this time. Even though they were super long, they still managed to crawl down. So that's not the solution I'm looking for. Typically speaking, I would just kind of layer over top of my pants, my down pants, But I am trying to get much better at moisture management, and so I'm actually going to take my pants off at this point and just see if I'm warm enough with my down pants and go from there. Okay, all I have left to put on is my down puffy jacket, but I'm not cold enough for that yet, so I'll see how far that takes me.
C'est compliqué. What the fuck?
Qu'est-ce que tu fais avec ton lighter? Why'd you bring this lighter?
Oh no, bro.
For dinner tonight, we've got chicken Alfredo pasta with about 300 calories of mashed potatoes that I've added in here from Peak Refuel. Been trying out this company this time around. If ever you're like me and the cheaper brands that you buy, like the what is it called, Mountain House or the Alpine Air, if those cheap brands that have like a 50-year expiration date on it gives you the worst farts ever, try any other kinds that will only have a 5-year expiration date. For me, the preservatives and the other one is what really turns my stomach, and it's really uncomfortable when I'm out here. So I'm trying out these Peak Refuels. They taste absolutely amazing. And, well, I'll tell you tomorrow if they turn my stomach or not. I don't know yet. First time. And of course, with all of this, a nice little bone broth, coconut Thai, my new favorite hot drink ever for camping. It's only 6:30 right now, but I am beat. And my upper back and my neck and my traps are really, really sore. And as soon as I'm done eating and finishing with my water, I'm going to get into the tent, get nice and comfortable, and just try to relax and see if I can rest my upper back muscles. I don't know what I did, but I can barely turn left or right now. Both sides are super sore. So I'm hoping that by tomorrow I won't be worse. Because we have a big day ahead tomorrow, and it's snowing. It's been snowing on us all night long, which is nice, but hopefully we're not going to wake up to a foot of snow and we're going to have to break trail for our big day. Good night, everybody.
Good morning. I definitely pushed the limits of this bag. It says it's a -17 limit bag, extreme -34, comfort -9. I would say that the limit of -17 is very accurate. It's probably around -20, the coldest, and I was pretty good for the first part of the night, but then I got, the last little bit of the night, the coldest part of the night, I got cold, so here I am, all dressed up in my down setup at 6 a.m. It's time to get moving. That's always the hardest part, is to get out of here.
And off we are. Whew. This morning was challenging. Lots of ups and downs. I didn't want to come out of my tent. Then I didn't want to pack. Then I didn't want to make my water. But you know, now we're walking and we're on the trail and spirit's high. So that's good. That's good for now. We're gonna ride this because we've got right off the bat a heck of a climb. We're gonna go summit Colden Mountain and then peek back down into the valley on the other side and see where we go from there. The wind has been howling all night long. It's been really windy up there too, and it's gonna be quite the challenge on the peak. It's gonna be a bit of a slog once we're up there. Navigating, fully socked in, not much visibility. Change of plan. There's so much snow all around that the snow's falling on me and then I'm sweating. I'm heating it up and then it's getting through. I'm gonna be all soaked if I continue like this. So I'm actually gonna shred one layer of insulation, shake this off and just put my shell over top of all this and see how this goes. That's not good. Okay. Okay, let's see where this takes us now. I have to admit that overall, the Echo Shell material from Fjällräven, I'm very, very satisfied with. So I'm aware that I'm working with them and they're a big sponsor of what I do, but at the end of the day, the material has been performing really well for me. Unlike any Gore-Tex style jacket I've had in the past, the moisture management with this is far, far, far superior, so thumbs up for that. Probably one of my favorite things about the Adirondacks is how when you climb at elevation, you really do notice, like significantly, the vegetation getting smaller and smaller, the trees getting smaller and smaller, and really having an appreciation for getting through to the alpine zone above tree line. And we're in it right now. I don't know how long left we have before tree line, but you can tell the trees are much smaller now. When we turn around, we can see over it now. Not much view because we're socked in, but still a cool feeling. We made it on the summit of the fall summit of Colden. So we got to go back down into the valley and then back up to the peaks, the last push. Last time I was here, 20 years ago, it was exactly like this, but in the spring. Socked in, couldn't see anything, and we just walked right through the summit. So this time, I'm enjoying it for a second or two. Now we gotta get back down into the valley.
Now we gotta figure out where the trail is.
Yeah, I have no idea. Route finding is gonna be interesting now. Let's figure this out. this was definitely some gnarly conditions up here on Colden. The way down with all the ice, and you know, you're always trying to figure out, do I pull out the crampons? Do I not pull out the crampons? Can I do this? Can I not do this? We managed to do it without it, but it would have been probably safer with crampons, with our mountaineering crampons. But we're in the safe zone now, back in the tree line, so covered from the wind, because it was windy up there. Woo! And technical, so I'm happy to be back down here. We decided to change our plans a little bit for today and for this trip. Initially, just behind me here, you see the kind of some of the mountains we were supposed to go back up and summit Algonquin, Iroquois, right, then sleep just at the bottom of right. After doing the descent of Mount Colden and seeing the conditions of the trails up there, sheer ice on top of rocks with possibilities to tumble down and everything else, Pierre and I are not super keen into getting on top of Algonquin, because Algonquin is very well known for being like kind of scrambling like. It's going to be really challenging, and the reality is that when we're carrying 50-pound, 45-pound backpacks on our back, it's not like when people go during the daytime and just kind of flash them up and down with 15 pounds on their backs. It's a lot harder to maneuver, a lot harder to scramble, a lot harder, more technical to go down some of the steeper parts, and also a lot more dangerous. And then on the other side of this, to be super honest with you, is that Pierre found this climb and this descent really demanding. And now we're at the bottom here, and we come to a fork where we have a choice, either to go back towards Marcy Dam through Avalanche Pass, or to try to climb back up Algonquin. And considering his physical state right now, I really want to respect that, and we're just going to go down Avalanche Pass. After living my experience like a handful of weeks ago out west, and being completely depleted and toast and just pushed to my limits for 4 straight days, I came back from this trip with a lot more understanding and empathy of what it's like to be at the end of your physical capabilities. And it's not me razzing on Pierre. Listen, anyone who is willing to come out here in the wintertime with 50-pound backpacks on their back, hike a mountain, sleep in the wintertime outside, is a warrior to me to start. So I'm not razzing him at all by saying this. Knowing what it's like to be just at the end of your physical abilities like this, when we got down here, it was a very easy decision for me to support Pierre in this, and to say, you know what, let's take an easier route out. Way worse than sticking to your original plan is having someone hurt in a place like here. Very challenging to be evac'd here. Right now we're at the lake, so it'd be pretty easy to be evac'd out of here, although a big undertaking, and we would have to use the local authorities and all that kind of stuff, and we're trying to avoid that at all costs, obviously. But you know, in some of the places that when we were up on Colden, some of the places to be evac'd out of there, if you tumble down, I don't know if they can do it. So yeah, there's nothing worse than having someone hurt and injured out here and having to deal with all of this. So respecting people's fitness level is key when you come out here as part of a team. Pierre's already started to walk. He was getting cold. I needed to talk with you, so I'm gonna jump on the trail and just enjoy this beautiful walk out. I also meant to update you guys on the crook in my neck that I had yesterday. I feel much better. Surprisingly enough, I managed to not make it worse and actually make it better. So Lake. Oh, am I ever happy we took that turn. Oh my God. This has got to be one of the most beautiful lake traverse I've ever done. Look at the cliff sides. Look at it. We're testing out 2 different tents this weekend. The MSR Access 2 and the MEC TGV2. So they're 2 pretty classic winter tents on the market. Last night I slept in the MEC one. Pierre slept in the MSR. Then tonight we're gonna swap, and then tomorrow morning, kind of give you guys my thoughts on what they're like, and you know which one you should go for depending on what you're after, and if I would use them again or not. So. Frozen salami, baby. Oh yeah. Salami and chips. We're gonna have a salami chip snack right now.
Chip taco?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You're a happy camper?
Usually I would always buy my salami spicy, but I figured I didn't want to be thirsty out here. Or have like my mouth be on fire. So I tried a bunch of new stuff for food this time around. I've got chips, I've got salami. They don't freeze. And God, it's good. And somehow my chips still look like chips.
Nice.
Did you lose the lighter?
Oh, I have it on me.
I just lost mine.
Oh shit. Oh shit, son.
That's why I bring 2. You have my second one.
I do.
It must have popped out of my pocket when I reached for the phone, for the camera.
Now I see a very good opportunity to say that if you want your lighter, it might cost you a beer tomorrow.
Oh! Wait, maybe I can find it.
The guy does not want to pay a beer for his own lighter.
All right, we just learned a lesson. Don't share a pocket with your lighter. Whatever's in there, it should only be your lighter. Because I lost my lighter somewhere here because I grabbed my phone that I always put here. And I didn't see fall out, so luckily I always bring 2. Different pocket. Tonight on the menu we've got chicken coconut curry from Peak Refuel. I'm happy to report that indeed I had no farting issues last night with the meal I ate or stomach challenges, so makes a big difference to go with a bit of an higher end. Oh, that's good. Freeze-dried meal, especially if you have a sensitive stomach like mine. Am I ever glad I brought the Trekker chair today? Because looks like we're gonna be hanging out in our individual tents after today. It's snowing a lot outside, and for some reason the snow is just like rain. It's just as annoying. Everything gets snowy, and then the snow melts on you, then you get wet, so you got to manage this. So anyways, we're hunkered in now, already sitting in this tent in the MSR Access here. I have different thoughts about it, and I already have a favorite, but I'll share that with you guys tomorrow. See you in the morning. Good morning. Just sitting here in the tent with the trekker chair. This is certainly when the trekker chair comes in super handy. It's nice to be able to sit up and have a place to rest your back. The tents, though, both of the tents that we tried are a little small for that, though, because you see like how the walls are like really close to me. So every now and again you rub against the wall, and in the morning after a night in the tent, the inside of the wall tends to be frosty, and every time you touch the tent, all of that falls on you, and that's not good, because now you've got snow on your sleeping bag and everywhere, and all that moisture gets into everything. So there's certainly one thing about both of those tents is that they are small tents. So I did pretty good this time around compared to my trip out west to manage my moisture and stop the moisture from my body to get into my down. Not as needed here because, well, it was just a 2-nighter, so you can get away with a lot of mistakes in that regard. But as you start trying to go for longer and longer, being thoughtful about that is key. One of the things, though, that really, especially today and tonight in the MSR Access tent, it's so small for me, and I'm not a big guy. I'm only 5'10". All of the outside of my sleeping bag has a lot of moisture on top of it, and it's not from me from the inside. It's definitely from the frost from the inside of the tent. Every time I move around, more falls, and then the bag is hot, obviously, because it was warm with me inside, and that makes it melts really fast and it gets in there. So really much harder to deal with the air moisture inside this tent. Did not have the same kind of problem in the TGV personally. TGV, the shape of it just has more, it's more of a tunnel shaped tent, just has more livable room and gives you a bit more ability to move around without touching the walls constantly. I mean, like, look at this is really close here. Yeah. The tents that we used for this trip, as I've said before many times, the MEC TGV2, the MSR Access 2, both of those tents are considered 2-person tent, pretty lightweight. One coming in just before 4 pounds, the MSR, and then the TGV coming in just above 5 pounds. They both have their kind of like ups and downs, and I certainly have a favorite after trying them just twice. But one of the things that I just want to give kudos to MSR is their stuff bags for the tent. Honestly, every winter tent out there, maybe even summer tent, should be done like this. It's this massive opening that you can just flap over, compress everything down and tighten it, and it just kind of, it's just much easier than having to stuff a tent from the top, and easier to put the poles in there as well. So that I really enjoyed. Kind of the bigger difference between the two of them that really makes the difference for me as to which one I like better between the two of them, it's just the shape of them and the way that one is the MEC is more of a tunnel style tent, and this one is more of a 2-door, 2-access. So of course, having 2-door, 2-vestibule, it was nice because I could put my pack in one of the vestibule, have other things on the other one. Here in the MEC one last night, I was pretty jammed in all of the same spots, so with my pack fit in there and all that, so not as fun. Personally, for me, the MEC TGV2 is a far better 1% shelter, winter shelter as a tent. It was a lot easier for me to pack up, unpack in my tent without touching the walls and without getting all that snow falling on me. If you're gonna go for a single night, a 2-nighter, and you wanna be as fast and as light as possible, the MSR will give you that. And moisture management isn't a big deal for you because you just don't go for that long. The MSR will give you that. But if you're trying to go, like I'm trying to get real much better at being able to go 4, 5, 6 days, a tent like the MEC one will be far superior in the livable space area, and it's going to be, and that to me means a lot. Well, this is it, folks. We're all packed up, about to hit the trail. We're blessed with a beautiful day. I'm forever thankful that we made it back out here. If you're here all the way to this point of the video, you know it. You're one of the special ones. Thank you so much for watching. I so much appreciate you. And we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one, folks. Peace. The slide back here is what we were going down before hitting the valley and coming back through Avalanche Lake. And you can tell from here how steep it is back there. Wow. Would have been nice to have that view from up there.